G'day everybody, Sean from Bourbon Brothers here. I hope you're well. Welcome to our March tasting videos. The first bourbon we're looking at today is the Ezra Brooks Kentucky Sour Mash Whiskey. So Ezra Brooks, it's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey and it contains a 78% corn, 12% malted barley and 10% rye grain mash bill. It comes in at 40% ABV. Now, if you're a fan of Jack Daniels, a bottle of Ezra Brooks is likely to catch your eyes, sometimes sharing shelf space with its more famous cousin. Its price point, bottle shape, label and messaging are meant to appeal to the Jack Daniels drinker looking to try something new. Ezra Brooks has a high proportion of corn that adds sweetness to that finished product, while the rye gives the whiskey its little spicy notes. The Ezra Brooks brand was introduced into the market in 1957 by an entrepreneur, Frank Silverman. In 1993, it was purchased by the mid-sized spirits producer Luxco, based in St. Louis, Missouri. In February 2021, distilling giant MGP, Midwest Grain Products, announced plans to purchase Luxco as part of a $475 million deal. Luxco recently opened its Lux Row Distillers distillery in Bardstown, Kentucky in 2018. Before the distillery's launch, Ezra Brooks was distilled off-site and Luxco acted as an NDP, a non-distiller producer of the spirit. Luxco now serves as MGP's branded spirits division. So in late 2021, Luxco announced a $4 million expansion of its Lux Row Distillers facility. Slated for completion in late 2022, the expansion will allow Lux Row Distillers to operate 24 hours a day and increase its capacity by 75%. Today, their production team is able to mill, ferment, distill, barrel and mature Ezra Brooks on site. Lots of brand new gleaming equipment at their state-of-the-art facility. They've got two 3,000 gallon cookers, 12 8,000 gallon stainless steel fermenters, including 4 open-top fermenters, a 43-foot high column steel with 19 plates, and 2 maturation warehouses with plans to build 4 more in the works. The Lux Row Distillers facility will be able to crank out about 3 million gallons of spirit each year at full capacity. Like many distillers in Kentucky, Ezra Brooks can take advantage of the state's abundant natural limestone filtered waters. In many ways, clean, clear water is the bedrock from which all great whiskies are made. Naturally occurring limestone under the earth filters groundwater, removing impurities. It also adds minerality, including magnesium and calcium carbonate, which help control pH and alkalinity during fermentation. The water also has a clean minerality to taste, which is essential when you consider you're adding all that water for dilution. The Ezra Brooks whiskey enters the barrel at 125 proof and leaves a few years later with an alcohol percentage a little higher based on the effects of the angel share. To get Ezra Brooks, for example, down to its bottling strength of 80 proof, a considerable amount of dilution water must be added before the bottling for the finished product. Now we know imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery. And as the #1 selling American whiskey, Jack Daniels Tennessee whiskey is worthy of imitation. Ezra Brooks offers a couple of production techniques that might look familiar to anyone who has spent time enjoying Jack Daniels. On the label, you'll see the terms sour mash and charcoal filtered. Really familiar, right? But let's explore what those label term means from a production standpoint. Ezra Brooks is a sour mash whiskey. So what that actually means is the process carries over a portion of the terminal beer from a previous fermentation to act as a starter while grain for the next mash is ground in. This way, the whiskey makers can maintain a consistent pH and alkaline conditions from batch to batch and ensure yeast have a comfortable home in which to ferment. The term charcoal mellowed or filtered is an homage to the Lincoln County process required for Tennessee whiskey, in which the clear new make or white dog distillate travels through a layer of sugar maple charcoal before being placed into the charred oak barrels to mature. However, an important distinction between the two techniques is that Ezra Brooks uses a form of charcoal filtration that utilises activated carbon to filter the spirit after it is emptied from the barrel. Now, there's no age statement on the Ezra Brooks label, so although we know the liquid inside is at least 2 years old and likely older, we don't know for sure the exact age. How about we give it a shot? So it comes in at a light copper, is sort of what you'd expect at that 40% ABV. And actually for 40% ABV, the legs are reasonably solid on it too. So on the nose there, you'll pick up that charred oak and tobacco with a bit of that corn sweetness and hints of charcoal coming through. So that palate, you get cherry and tobacco with leather, melon, and some spicy rye notes coming through. There's a distinct wood-aged character for a whiskey at this price point, which is quite good too. On that finish, you get that earthy rye spice coming through with some black pepper, leather, and some raisins there to finish off. So that's the Ezra Brooks, our first pick this month. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you're enjoying your journey. Cheers. Our first bottle we're going to be looking at today is our value pick, the Ezra Brooks Kentucky Sour Mash. This is going to be a blooper reel, this whole thing. Two 3,000 gallon cookers, 12 8,000 gallon...
Almost got it.
Almost. A 43-foot high column still with 19 plates and 2 maturation, which helps control pH and alkalinity. Ooh. That's good. Alkalinity.
Maturation. You haven't made it easy for yourself.
Now, of course, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Flannery. This is going to be hard for you, isn't it? On the label, you'll see sour mash, you see charcoal mellowed. Charcoal. Egg, Sean. Travels through a layer of sugar maple cut. The term charcoal filtered or charcoal mellowed. Mate, charcoal's hard. The term charcoal mellowed. You're not helping.
Charcoal mellowed. Charcoal mellowed.
Charcoal mellowed you in a moment.